Welcome to Home Biz Tax Talk. My name is Lysandra Everett. I am the Home Biz Tax Lady and the principal owner of Everett Tax Solutions, where we help you win the tax game. Home Biz Tax Talk airs Monday through Friday, and when you tune into my show, you're going to hear about topics that are important to the small business community. Okay, today we're going to be talking about a Brooklyn man who is charged with fraud. Now, these PPP loan fraud charges are coming in droves. I just saw some rapper got hemmed up. I see all kind of business people getting hemmed up with this PPP stuff. Now, but I have not seen an idle case. And so that is what really made me stop, because everything has been about PPP, not the EIDL. So just to recap, EIDL, Economic Injury Disaster Loan. These were loans that were also meant to help small businesses during the pandemic, okay? These loans were given by the Small Business Administration with very favorable terms to be used for certain things. And this is the $10,000 grant money thing, right? And I saw it all over social media. People were out here saying, let me help you get this free $10,000, all kinds of stuff. I even had people who called me and said, hey, I got this money, but I'm really not sure. And just listening to them and asking them the questions that were very clear on the application, they're like, okay, this does not apply to me. Like, yeah, you need to give that money back. Well, now somebody has gotten charged. So let's talk about it. He claimed that he owned a car wash and stole these funds. So he just lied on the application. He did not have a legitimate business to claim or employees to pay. So he was not eligible for EIDL. Now, when you applied for the economic injury disaster loan, it asked specific questions. One of those questions were, the date you were in business. So if you did not qualify based on those questions, then you were not eligible. However, like I said, there were many people that were out here running businesses trying to get this free $10,000 grant money from the government. And also lying on a loan form is a federal offense. Okay. He applied for it in June 2020. He claimed that he was a sole proprietor that owned a car wash. And he further said that he employed 10 individuals because the EIDL grant was for it. They specified it was $1,000 per employee up to $10,000. So if you claim that you had 10 or more employees, then you got this $10,000. And if you're listening to this saying, hey, I got this $10,000 grant, but I did not have a business nor employees, guess what? You better go and be working to give that money back. Okay. So he also claimed that he had a gross revenue of $150,000. And so the Small Business Administration approved a loan of $42,000 and the $10,000 grant. Then on July 13th, after he got this money, he withdrew approximately $9,000 in cash, which is just under the threshold for the Bank Secrecy Act. And so then he started going to get that life. Now, what was also very interesting is that this gentleman was already in federal custody for something else. He has been accused of cutting brake lines in police cars so that their brakes go out. Whoo, child. Okay, so the main question that's generally on everybody's mind is, how are these folks getting caught? And when I tell you this is some of the easiest stuff to get caught with, it's just unbelievable. I think people really miscalculated the government's ability to track these things. When you say you have employees, then you are going to have, you're going to be filing employment tax returns, the 941s. You're going to be having employment taxes that you got to pay as an employer, right? And I've even seen people that even produce fraudulent 941s, but you got to have records to match that up. So just because you send a bank a 941, if there's no government record of that 941, then it didn't happen. But just in case, something happened and the government doesn't have it, then they're looking at the social security numbers on these 941s. Oh, this is a social security number for Lysandra, but we don't show a tax return for Lysandra claiming this income. Let's go find that person. Hey, did you work at this car wash or whatever? And that person's going, what are you talking about? So it's very traceable to determine whether or not you actually had a business. So even though you might have produced these documents upon applying for these loans, if there's no government match that goes with it, it is fraud. And also, if you use these funds for reasons that were not intended, that is also fraud. And what do I mean? I've seen stories, again, y'all in this social media. I need y'all to quit putting all your business out on social media, because this is part of what the government uses to convict you in these type things, okay? But I've seen it where people are talking about, oh, I took my idle money and put a down payment on a house, or I took some of this idle money and I, put it in the stock market, bought cryptocurrency. You're out here flashing your new cars and all this other stuff, putting your life all out on social media, and the government is going, thank you, thank you. So when you are, social media, I just don't know what to say, because again, y'all so busy trying to live this life that this is you're helping the government. Like, people, I have seen people even accuse me in making these videos and teaching you what is wrong here. Like, oh, you're leading the government to these people. No, if I'm doing the video, the government has already found the people and they made press releases about it, and that's how I know about it. But yeah, if even if you have a business and you have employees and then you misuse the funds, it is still fraud. And so people had this idea that, oh, if I get caught, I'll just pay it back. That ain't how the government works. Okay, it's not just, oh, if I get caught, I'll just have to pay this money back. No, you can get prosecuted, sent to jail, and still have to pay the money back. Okay, so it's not just, oh, we'll just pay it back. Now, if you get to the government before they get to you, then you have a better chance of survival. What do I mean? If you know that whether you hired someone and they got you this $10,000 grant money, and you know that you did not meet the qualifications, you need to call the Small Business Administration, give that money back. If you got a PPP loan and you don't have employees, and you actually look at the application, it's on there. If that stuff isn't right and it's bearing your signature, you need to give that money back to the bank that lent you that money. Okay, that's what you need to do, quick, fast, and in a hurry. Because if you got this money under fraudulent pretenses and the government gets to you, yes, you will be prosecuted. And they are not kidding, okay? They are not playing about this money, because there's a quote here from the FBI Assistant Director in Charge. Man, that's a title. But he said, stealing federal aid reserved for those suffering from pandemic economic fallout is an easy way to rack up criminal charges. And also, I remember reading this article written by a guy who, this was during 9/11, post 9/11, there was all of these types of programs that came out to help people that were losing money. And there was a guy that said he fraudulently got a loan from the Small Business Administration. He had bills, he needed money. This was an easy way to get it, and he wound up going to jail. He's like, was it worth it now? No, but during that time, he didn't think that he would ever get caught, and he wound up going to jail. So trust and believe that, even though the government might be starting up here, they might be starting with large amounts and working their way down. They are still working their way down. There is no statute of limitations on fraud. That's it. Okay. So yeah. So that's it for today's episode of Home Biz Tax Talk. Again, we air Monday through Friday, and you can come right here to get your questions answered about your home business taxes. All right. Have a great day, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.